YouTube, uh, we back. Let me not even smile at this video. Let's just get into the video. So the title, uh, I had the 30-minute video, and I didn't do the video because it wasn't recorded. Yeah.
An obsession with an elementary school student lands this former teacher of the year behind bars.
He's
Weird.
written my 11-year-old child over 60 notes just since June.
Now he could be facing years in prison. We'll take you inside this disturbing obsession. This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner.
Is she about to be talking this whole time, bro?
Hey, by the way, there's a reason Law and Crime is the go-to spot law firm. 5 when it reported 20 to fight for what people die. On a judge, even to
My child has had
letters. He also showed up to told a South Carolina judge this teacher didn't stop at just writing the little girl letters. He also showed up to her sports games, even to her church.
my child has had to endure moments of uncomfortability in places like church, school, and sports.
That was the victim's mom speaking in front of an Anderson County judge, emotionally sharing everything her 11-year-old child has been through. So how did someone who was once crowned Teacher of the Year end up arrested? Let's start from the beginning. 27-year-old Dylan Dukes was a music teacher at Star Elementary School. According to the Star Elementary School website, which has since been scrubbed, the school once touted the educator when he was named the 2023-2024 Star Elementary School Teacher of the Year. The school said Mr. Dukes goes above and beyond for his students. Obviously, in light of the allegations he faced, he's no longer a teacher there. But here's what police say happened late last summer. Detectives were informed on July 8th of 2024 that the music teacher had sent more than 5 dozen love letters to an 11-year-old former student. That's more than 60 letters. Officials say before the kids were set to go on summer break last year,
So mothers, fathers. I'm a father myself. Is you still sending your kid to that daycare? Are you still sending your kid to that school? You know what all that shit that be going on, bro. My kids are staying homeschooled. That's how it's gonna be. Simple as that. That's how it is. Ain't no nanny, ain't no babysitter. I have my kid. I could watch my own kid. I don't need no babysitter, no nanny. His mom is gonna watch him, or I'm gonna watch him. All right, other no, that shit over. That shit over. I don't know.
Dylan made the 11-year-old a personalized box with a letter for each day of the week during summer break. He even showered the girl with gifts, giving her cards, gift cards, ornaments, pictures, and unwanted hugs, which made the young student feel uncomfortable. Detectives searched Dylan's classroom and found many photos of the 11-year-old child in his desk. According to the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, though, those photos were not sexual in nature. He was charged with stalking. When he appeared in front of an Anderson County judge for a bond hearing, he was still wearing his Star Elementary School t-shirt. During the hearing, the judge heard from the victim's mom, who detailed what her child went through.
He attended my child's functions outside of school, and he started attending our church. I've now realized that this access to my child had continued to grow his obsession. He has written my 11-year-old child over 60 notes just since June. Notes that talk about how amazing my child is and how much he loves them. And I agree, my child is amazing. My child is so sweet and innocent. And wants to ensure that no other children experience the stress and fear that they have. My child has had to endure moments of uncomfortability in places like church, school, and sports. Where my child should be comfortable and able to enjoy being a child. My child has had to be handed love notes from an adult male countless times.
The judge don't look like he give a fuck. I stereotype. He one of them. Look at him and look at him Tell me what difference? What's the difference? He has a beard. He doesn't. Right. That's it. He don't got his glasses on, but he wears glasses. He got his glasses on. They both fat as fuck. He just want this shit to be over. He doesn't want to give a fuck. He just don't. He don't care.
We had feared for our child's.
I get that, like, okay, you found this out about, but you literally in the courtroom, like, all that crying that you don't got, like, that shit, like, come on now, just, why y'all so emotional?
Safety and for their own mental health. He has completely taken our family for fools, but our child will not be uncomfortable any longer. We ask that the seriousness of this situation is considered for our child's safety. We pray Dylan gets the help he needs so that this never happens to another innocent child.
First, I'd like to express my appreciation to everyone who was involved in this case. The urgency and seriousness has not gone unnoticed. As a husband and father, it is my responsibility to ensure the safety and well-being of my family. Given Mr. Duke's unrestricted access to our family over the years and the unknown intentions of his obsession, I cannot feel secure in knowing that he is not going to put my family in danger. I ask you to consider this in any decision that is made today.
Mr. Davis, anything else? Ms. Davis, you speaking for the family, or Mr. Dukes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, my client is raised here in Anderson County. He went to T.L. Hanna High School. He graduated in 2019 from USC with a degree in education. He had.
Then it's fucking lawyers and shit who gotta like defend these niggas, bro. They can't just be like, yeah, it's my client, but I feel like throwing a nigga out of the job. No. It's like she defending, she gotta defend this nigga in front of his mom. In front of the child mom, the dad. You literally like, what the fuck, bro? I'm lost for words, bro. Lock his ass up. Right now. I don't know too much talking. Too much talking going on. Put him in the jail. Put him in the jail. That's it. So you gotta do is
last year.
put the nigga in the jail. Throw the word key.
And one of the benefits of
Well, I got a better idea. Smoke that nigga.
being Teacher of the Year is that you don't have to participate. You don't have to do your morning duty. He's the type of guy that still did morning duty, even though that's the dreaded job of most of the teachers there. Mr. Dukes is his family's from here. His dad and brother actually were also here with his mom this morning, thinking there might be a bond hearing this morning. They were not able to be here this afternoon, but his mother's here. No question, he will report any time that is required. I have no doubt that he will abide by everything that I tell him to do. He will have no contact whatsoever with the child or her family. I would ask the court. This is not the time for punishment. This is to make sure that he reports to court when he's required to, and that he not have any contact with the family and the child in this case. And he absolutely will not. He lives here in Anderson County. His mom lives in Pendleton, and he'll abide by any conditions or terms the court sets for him. And I would ask the court to set a reasonable bond. I would ask for a PR bond, but I understand if the court requires a surety, but the family does not have great means. They would have a really tough time making any kind of substantial surety bond. And I think that a low surety bond or PR bond will absolutely ensure that he will report for court when he needs to.
All right, anyone else? Okay. And you're going to advise Mr. Dukes not to make any statement at this time, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dukes, you'll have the following bond conditions. You are to have no contact with the victim or her family. That includes attempting to contact her or have others contact her or her family on your behalf. Do you understand the no contact order?
Yes, sir.
All right, based on the charges, I'm going to set this as a $50,000 surety bond that you will have to have posted prior to being released. You can either have a bail bondsman post that for you, or you can have someone post a cash bond in that amount, which would be held and returned to them once the case is disposed of, or you can have someone post a lien against real property in Anderson County. Do you have any questions on how to post your bond?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, would that be a 10% cash or the full?
No, it'd be the full amount, no 10%.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Full amount, dickhead.
Like I mentioned, after the allegations came to light, Dylan was suspended from his role as a teacher in the state of South Carolina. In a statement, the superintendent
He should have been suspended from life. They still got this nigga walking around living.
wrote, "This week, Anderson 3 was contacted by the Anderson County Sheriff's Office and made aware of an investigation involving a teacher at Star Elementary School. Upon learning of the investigation, the teacher was placed on administrative leave in accordance of our district policies. The district is fully
Let me
cooperating."
tell y'all something. Which percent of y'all didn't gotta work at this school, the elementary school, to be around them kids? That's all he want me to do. He's not trying to make a living. He don't give a fuck about them being future this or future that. He just want to look at them kids. And that's it. That's all he want to do.
With law enforcement in their investigation. Counseling services and additional support are available to any students or staff who may need assistance. But this is what the South Carolina Board of Education said during his disciplinary action. The State Board of Education considered this matter on July 12, 2024. In accordance with SC Code Ann and the State Board Rule of Governance, the South Carolina Department of Education requested that the chair of the state board summarily suspend the educator certificate of Dylan Robert Dukes as a result of his arrest for the felony charge of stalking. The SCDE has reason to believe that due to the serious nature of these allegations of misconduct, Mr. Dukes may pose a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of students who may be under his instruction, and that emergency action is required. After considering the evidence presented by the SCDE, the chair of the state board finds that Mr. Dukes' educator certificate shall be summarily suspended until a due process hearing is held and/or this matter is otherwise resolved. The SCDE is directed to serve notice on Mr. Dukes of the summary suspension, as well as the possible suspension or revocation of his educator certificate. So that was filed just days after his arrest. Dylan later posted the $50,000 bond and has been free from custody since. Just last week, though, Dylan Dukes made a shocking announcement. He was going to plead guilty. So in avoiding trial, he pleaded guilty to first-degree harassment. That guilty plea still comes with prison time. Last week, he was sentenced to 3 years of incarceration. But here's the twist. That sentence was suspended to 5 years of probation, meaning he's not going to prison unless he violates the rules of his probation.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. Well, let me get caught with a burner. That's a burner. Just a burner. Just a burner. 2 years minimum. This is the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst crimes. And you go to jail more for having a illegal firearm or some weed or some cocaine or anything like that. You're going to jail way longer than this nigga. Look at him.
Civil litigation attorney Chris Klotch joins me now. And Chris, thank you so much for being here. But I gotta ask.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Anderson is that type of I would have expected a much different outcome if there had been any type of pictures that, for instance, they said they found pictures in his desk, but they were not of any type of inappropriate nature, other than him possessing an inordinate amount of pictures of a child that was in his classroom. But frequently you see courts giving some grace to people who don't have any prior criminal history.
And in your opinion, do you think the judge should have been harsher? Because it feels like, the sentence was what it was because there was no
The judge is
sexual
one of them.
contact. But what are your
They
thoughts?
are all a part of a cycle, all part of a means and means. Now, you know how they got that island? Yeah, you don't think the judges is invited to that island? They the ones who got to do the sentencing for that shit? You don't think they go?
So judges are always in a tough position because they've got to
Alright.
weigh all of the facts. And again, just in this particular case, there wasn't any violent contact. There wasn't any contact that was reported that was sexual. I know that they said that there were love letters, so I don't know if a lawyer could take a look at and see. You'd have to have. For instance, if he had been fired from other jobs for similar contact to be adults, and they realize, oh my goodness, when this happened when I was a child, it was terribly wrong. And sometimes parents don't really encourage their children to, talk about things that are hard to talk about. So kudos to this family for having the type of relationship with their child where the child felt comfortable coming to them and saying, hey, this doesn't feel right. And I would always encourage, anytime a family has got young children, have those conversations as far as any type of adjustment happen in a civil case. But if he has made the
And how
They really... What? 5 years probation? If I ever go to jail, I'm going to show the judge this video. If you ever go to jail, show the judge this video. Because what in the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?